It was about dialogue. But what about compensation? Everyone that filed a claim in Kaduna State was paid.
Were there people who filed claims from Southern Kaduna who were also paid?
They were paid. They were paid by the previous government.
What about your government?
My government found some of the money still there for those that have not filed claims. And that was what we put on the table to say, look, guys, stop killing our people. If you have claims, bring them. We have money that we inherited from the
Has anybody applied now?
No one has applied. Okay, the money is still there. We inherited a bit of money. I can't remember how much from the previous government. Federal government provided this money. So what Agwe is saying is correct, but it is also incorrect because those that are in Mali and Guinea cannot file claims and did not file claims. But everyone that is in Kaduna, including my current political advisor, his house was burned down during the crisis. He has filed a claim. He got some compensation. It didn't cover everything, but he got some. So there is no one, as far as I know, in Kaduna State that filed a claim that did not get it. Recently, I got a letter from one church that said that they did not get any compensation. We're looking into it and we'll pay them. But other than that, there is nothing like that.
But good enough that you have identified all of these problems and preferring solutions to them. One of the solutions the government is assisting you to do is to establish a military base in southern Kaduna.
Yes.
And your commissioner of police did say that this problem can only be resolved between the people themselves.
Absolutely.
Do you think it is effective? It's an effective approach to have a military post in southern Kaduna?
I think enhanced security presence will help give people confidence to go about their lives with some assurance that if they are attacked or there is any risk of attack, there will be quicker response. Okay. Previous governments have promised this, but they have not done it. But the Chief of Army Staff evaluated the situation and made recommendations to the President to establish not just one battalion, which was what they were looking for, but two, one in Kafanchan and another in Kachia. And as we speak, there are 2 battalions, regular army doing patrols and special forces to go into the forests and go after these killers.
So have they started moving into the forest?
They have been there. Okay. And they are ready to, and they are supported by Air Force surveillance every day. At least 3 times a day, the Air Force surveils the forest around southern Kaduna and reports any
Still talking about solutions.
Movement. Yeah.
Part of what people are saying is that some of those local governments that were attacked, that the herdsmen are still occupying those places. In fact, they say that what usually happens is that it's not the local Fulanis who cause this attack. You know, as you highlighted, they come from outside the country, and then when they attack, it is those other ones who come in and occupy those places. So as we speak, many of them say they've not been able to go back to their farms.
That is not entirely correct, because even the day we went to lay the foundation stone, the head of the army said that, look, we have got many false alarms. Okay, people will run and say, oh, we've seen Fulani herdsmen with weapons in this place. Air Force is deployed to surveil. The ground troops and special forces go in and they find 5 young Fulanis with 50 cattle just going around with their sticks. Okay, so there is no established case of any herdsmen with guns that were reported that the army did not go after and the Air Force does surveillance. So there is a lot of false alarm. Now, there are concerns because, you know, as long as people feel unsafe, perception is reality. Yeah. The fact that, you know, there is military there and so on, there are concerns about going to their farms. On Tuesday, we had a Security Council meeting. This was reported. And what we have done is to say, look, the army should organize platoons, mobile police. There are 10 mobile police platoons in southern Kaduna today as we speak. We have advised the traditional rulers to organize communities to go to their farms to harvest, because they are harvesting cocoyam and yams as we speak, with security cover, just for them to feel safe.
Okay, while we wind down, tell us, what else are you doing as a solution to this?
Look, as far as we are concerned, we have studied this problem, and we think the solution is in 3 steps, okay? And we are very clear in our mind that that's the way to go, based on previous experience, based on study of the situation on the ground, and based on, you know, what peace and intelligence experts have told us. The first step is to restore peace and normalcy to the 3 affected local governments through enhanced security and military deployment. We have done that. We have 2 military battalions covering the 3 local governments. We have 11 to 12-hour night curfew to restrict movement of criminals and attackers. We have 10 mobile police squadrons in southern Kaduna, okay? And as we speak, the Nigerian Army is building a barracks, a garrison in Kafanchan. We laid the foundation stone last weekend, and another one will be built in Kacha, but that will take time. In the meantime, the Kaduna State government is going to look at some of its facilities and hand over one of them so that the army will stay in those facilities while the barracks are being constructed, because that will take a few years. We want the army to be physically there, present, so that they are visible, people see them and feel safer, okay? The curfew will be maintained until we are assured that tempers had cooled down and people will not start killing each other.
There's a missing link.
I'm coming. Let me explain. I'm explaining our solutions in 3 steps, okay? That's the first step, to stabilize the place. The second step is to prosecute all those involved. We have made significant arrests. The police have paraded some of them. There are some we have not paraded because we haven't got the entire gang, because they are, you know, if you have a gang of 10 and you arrest only 3, you don't want to parade them and then the 7 know that we are on their trail. So
where are they from? Are they those ones that come from outside the country?
No. Most of those that we've arrested now are locals, Fulanis, and the southern Kaduna people, because they are also blocking highways and killing innocent people. So we have both. We have both of them in custody. We have those involved in manufacturing arms and gun running and so on. And we are getting closer to arresting the masterminds, because there are foot soldiers, there are masterminds. We are getting to them. We are getting to those that are buying AK-47s and deploying there. We are getting to those that are buying drugs and giving these people to kill. We are getting them, and we will be prosecuting them. Okay, that's the second step. Okay, because we believe that no peace is possible without justice, without a foundation of law enforcement. And part of what we have seen in southern Kaduna is a result of impunity. When people kill, destroy property for 37 years and no one has ever been prosecuted, you know what you are asking for.
You have the traditional rulers on one hand, and you have the local government chairman on one hand. There seems to be a disconnect between the way they work, because the traditional rulers are closer to the people and have access to them and are able to advise appropriately and prevent those killings. What are you doing to reconnect that strength?
We are working very closely with the traditional rulers, but I want to tell you that some of them are the problem. We are prosecuting some of them.
Is that the third step?
Yes, we are prosecuting some of them. I will give you an example. There was a case of a traditional ruler. Okay, there was a case of policemen that went to Nasarawa State on investigation of a completely different matter. On coming back from Nasarawa, they met a checkpoint of southern Kaduna youths, the so-called indigenes, blocked the highway and killed 4 policemen and took their rifles. Okay, 4 policemen were killed, just innocent people passing by. And one of the traditional rulers, when the police came and were checking and trying to find out what happened, one of the traditional rulers handed over the 4 rifles to them, to the police. And I said, where are the people that gave him the rifles? He should tell us who gave him the rifle, because those are the killers. Okay, yes, and he refused. So we have arrested him. We are charging him for murder. All right, so some of the traditional rulers are part of the problem. Okay, some of the local government chairmen may be part of the problem. There is a lot of surveillance, intelligence gathering going on. And when we put it all together, you'll be surprised which people we are going to prosecute. We
have less than 90 seconds on this. So could you tell us the final one?
The third step, I'm coming, because I told you we are doing this in 3 steps. Seconds. Okay? Yeah, we will do it in 90 seconds. The third step is then peace building. Okay? We need to bring the communities together, because no matter how many people, how many policemen and armed forces you put in a place like Southern Kaduna, which are scattered communities, there will be no peace unless the people agree to live in peace. We have a place like Lagos where every Nigerian comes and makes it his home without any fear. But there are people in southern Kaduna, political leaders, church leaders, that are selling a narrative of exclusion, that only indigenes should live there, only people of a particular religion should live there. Now, unless people agree to live in peace and know that this is Nigeria, no one can chase anyone out, we'll not have peace. These are our 3 steps. We are getting a lot of support from bilateral donors to fund this peace process. But as I said, it can only work on a foundation of law enforcement.
That's where we'll have to anchor. His Excellency, the Governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank you, Chamberlain.
I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
We'll be back in a moment. Join us again.